Hi there, this is David and welcome to 5 things that I wish that I knew before I started up Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. The Pokemon franchise has been around for almost 3 decades now, and I've been there, off and on, since the beginning. I first played Blue whenever it came out whenever I was in high school, and I've dabbled here and there with the series over the years. But lately, I do like the direction that they've been headed, and some bugs aside, I've been having a gay old time with their latest entry. So I wanted to give you 5 things that will really help you out through the course of the game and provide a much smoother experience for you. So sit back and relax as I go ahead and share them with you. Number 1. Choose your starter Pokemon wisely. Choosing your starter Pokemon is always such a point of contention, and it's arguably one of the biggest decisions that you're going to make in the entire game. But the kitty is a grass type, so she's not going to be a ton of help at first against the bug and grass gyms, and she has the most weaknesses of the 3 starters. The little fashionista duckling is good, having access to both water and flying moves, but again, he falls short whenever it comes to unique attacks. Both the grass and the water Pokemon are pretty common and abundant in the early games as well, but fire is so much rarer. So our derpy little crocodile wins out just because of rarity. I mean, not only does he have access to unique abilities that are hard to come by, but the first few gym leaders are weak to fire attacks, and later on, some of them are weak to evolved ghost attacks too. In Pokemon, it's always a good idea to have all your bases covered, and this little smiley guy will have no problems burning those bitches to a crisp. Number 2. The pink Flamigo is overpowered. No matter which Pokemon you choose as a starter, you'll never actually be completely screwed, because very early on, hanging around an unassuming lake, you're going to see what looks like to be a lawn ornament, a tacky pink flamingo. But don't judge this bird by its feathers, because it is ridiculous. The very aptly named Flamigo is a pink powerhouse with attack, defense, and HP growths just through the roof. He comes equipped with Copy and Peck, an ever-useful flying attack, but more importantly, he's going to be probably the source of your first fighting move, the amazing double kick, where you hit the opponent twice in a row, most of the time just kind of killing them outright. Considering that you can get him in the very first area that you're going to want to get him and keep him in your party ASAP. He's wonderful in boss fights, against titans, and for auto-battling. Unfortunately though, he doesn't evolve. But with him as powerful as he is, who really cares? Number 3. Don't forget about auto-battling and skills. Speaking of all that auto-battling, let's discuss it. While traditional battling is the only way to capture Pokemon, fighting and grinding has been made much easier in this iteration with the ability to auto-battle. Just by simply pressing the R button, you can send out your lead Pokemon to slaughter everyone in its path indiscriminately. Now, you will gain much less experience than you would have if you fought them normally, but it's just done so much quicker that it really adds up, and you still get those item drops too. Every time I found a gathering of about 5 Pokemon, I sent my lead out to murder them, while I went off to casually pick flowers and enjoy scenic views. Then, whenever he was done, I found some more unsuspecting victims to sick the serial murderer on. It's so nice to just be able to gallivant about the fields, enjoy the sights and sounds, and not have to dirty my hands with the indiscriminate slaughter going on behind me. Keep in mind that your lead Pokemon can't die either. If he gets too injured, he'll just come on flying on back to you. And if any of your Pokemon do gain a skill through leveling, it will be stored in their memory, and then you can manually assign it to them in the menu if you want to. Number 4. Don't skip school. As tempting as it might be to just run your little behind out into the open world and go exploring, it's always a good idea to return to school after you conquer each gym. Here, you can learn some combat basics, but if you're a veteran to the series, there's nothing here that you wouldn't already know. If you do happen to miss a question though, you can always go back and retake the class to gain your affection points. The more classes you take, the more opportunities you'll have to chat with your teachers and grow closer to them. For the most part, this doesn't do much, it's just for the lore, but there are some small rewards that you can get, like that from Mr. Jock if you register a bunch of Pokemon in your Pokedex. There are 6 classes total, and each unlock as you conquer a gym, not to mention midterms and final exams, and if you pass those, you get more rewards. So yeah, listen to your teachers, kiddos. Paying attention to school really does pay off. Number 5. Do not just do the gyms. There's so much to see and do in Paldea, it would be a shame if you forgo them and you just focused on the gyms. And once you get the map, it can be pretty overwhelming with all these little icons. So let me just try to break down all those symbols for you. The elemental icons on the map signify Terra battles, where you can go to defeat a supposed super boss, but honestly they're pretty easy. Doing so will let you recruit them onto your team, and they'll give you tons of great stat increasing items too. By defeating the Titans, you'll end up unlocking more traversal abilities for your Pokemon, such as climbing up steep cliffs, crossing rivers, or soaring across the sky. Then, there's also picnics, where if you're lucky, and your Pokemon get lucky, you'll be presented with a Pokemon egg. Keep this in your party and it will eventually hatch to give you some unique and rare Pokemon. Just as in the older games, Pokemon trainers are all over the place too, and they don't attack you on sight. They only attack you if you talk to them. But a neat little feature is that if you haven't battled them, they will actually hold a sparkly Pokeball. But once you defeat them, that ball will be gone. So then you will know who you fought and who you haven't. And also, this might be common sense, but I figure it is worth a mention. Stop at every single Pokemon Center that you come across, even if you don't need to heal up, so that it can be added to your fast travel list for later. Well, that's it for 5 things that you need to know before starting up Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. What do you wish that you knew before you begin the game? Let me know in the comments. And if you like this video and want to cheer on the channel, please consider heading on over to Twitch for some streaming fun, checking out my Patreon for exclusive videos and early access to my content, or coming on over to my Discord to chat and hang out. The links to them all can be found in the video description. This has been David. If you like this, please like, comment, and subscribe, and have a good day.